Good morning, everyone. How are you this morning? In Norwegian, we have an expression called jumping after Wirkola. And for those of you who are not familiar with that, it's hard to copy all the brilliant acts of yesterday. So with that in mind, I can tell you, though, that you have a lot to look forward to now. Because I have been very, very fortunate to be asked to lead a panel about seeing the potential in each individual. And I have a brilliant group of young people that I want to introduce you to also, some older as well, but I'm mostly looking forward to hearing what the young people have to say, which is quite normal for me. So this morning I would like to start with a story once told by one of my favorite American authors, Alice Walker. It is said that in a particular tribe in South Africa, when a person acts irresponsibly or unjustly, he is placed in the center of the village, alone and unfettered, and all work ceases. Every man, woman, and child in the village will gather in a large circle around the individual, and then each person in the tribe will speak to the accused, one at a time, about all the good things the person in the center of the circle has done in his lifetime. Every incident, all the positive attributes, good deeds, strength, and kindnesses are recited carefully and at length. And I think this is a beautiful example of what this morning's session is all about. Seeing the potential in each individual, or finding the gold in everyone. The most inspiring part about the work we do in our foundation is to see how the projects we collaborate with are constantly searching for new ways to find the gold in young people. Too often, young people who don't fit in to the standard system experience the opposite of the story I just told you. Many experience just to be labeled difficult without a real chance of changing that impression. I think we all of us know how hard it can be to remove a label once it's stuck, especially on people. Today in Norway, around 1/4 of Norwegian students don't complete high school. And that's a very high number. And I think in America it's 1/3 of high school students who don't complete. There are a number of different reasons for this. And it doesn't mean that students lack talent. They have simply lost motivation for school and still have great skills that can be used in work life. And others just need the teaching environment to be adjusted a little. And that's what we're going to hear more about today. And for me, I think what is incredibly important is to see that our societies can't afford to lose thousands of young people just because their skills and resources are not acknowledged within the traditional school system or in society. And we need to see and think outside the box to discover that potential that doesn't instantly meet the eye. This requires some guts, patience, and risk-taking. And supporting young ones is a common challenge. It's a challenge for the school system. It's a challenge for society at large. It's a challenge for us as parents, as neighbors, and as friends. It is also a challenge for employers in the public and private sector who are encouraged to take a chance on young people and who have not completed school. When their potential is recognized, we all know that they may blossom, and they do. And we will see more examples of that today. And this brings us to our first speaker this morning, who is now my new hero within education. I've spent the last week looking on his talks on the internet, and I encourage you all to do the same after this session. I'm sure you'll be interested in hearing more of what he has to say. Being an educationalist, Mr. Gerver is passionate about education transformation. He writes about this in his book from 2009 called Creating Tomorrow's Schools Today. Already in 2005, he won a very prestigious award in the UK called the School Head Teacher of the Year. And since then, he's been a political advisor on educational policy in the UK and has founded the Curriculum Foundation with Sir Ken Robinson. And he's worked with Sir Ken Robinson on developing awareness of human potential and creativity. Mr. Gerver now uses his educational knowledge when he works with some of the world's largest organizations and businesses on cultural and organizational transformation, human development, leadership, creativity, and innovation. And the three core principles that underpin Gerver's philosophy are communication, empowerment, and impact. So, Mr. Gerver, welcome to Norway, and the floor is yours.